Today we're going to look at another type of equation to solve that we haven't talked about yet. And it's solving equations where we have variables that occur on both sides of the equal sign. So let's take a minute, let's look at it. Let's look at my first example. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our line. Now here's the problem here. I see an 8m on the left and a 6m on the right. So I've always told you, try to get the variable all by itself. But because I have variables on both sides, that kind of makes it a little bit more complicated. So if we could get all the variables on just one side, and then the numbers on the other, then we would be able to get the variables all alone. So moving variables from one side of the equation to another works the same way as numbers. Let's say I want to get all my variables on the left side of my line, over here. So I want to get rid of this 6m. So what could I place underneath 6m to make it cancel out on the right side? If you said negative 6m, then you're right. So these would just completely cancel out. Remember, what I do to one side, I also do to the other. So I have to put a negative 6m over here. I'm going to line it up underneath the m's, because I can only combine m's with m's and numbers with numbers. So we want to line up the variables underneath each other. So I have 8m minus 6m would give me 2m. And then I'm just going to bring down the rest of the equation that I see. So I have a plus 5, an equal sign. Remember, these canceled, and then I have 1. Now, if you notice, I'm back to a normal two-step equation. I have the m's on the left, and I want to try to get this 2m all alone. So I could subtract 5 from both sides. These cancel, and I have 2m equals a negative 4. Finally, my next step would be to divide by 2. These give me 1m, which is just m, and negative 4 divided by 2 would be negative 2. So that's how I can solve an equation with variables on both sides. Let's apply that to another basic example that we see here. So to get it started, I draw my line, and again, I see c's on the left and on the right. So I'm going to try to move them all to the left side of my equation, over here. So I want this 4c, to cancel out. So what can I put underneath there to make it cancel? If you said negative 4c, then you're right. So 4c minus 4c is 0, so they're gone. But if I put a negative 4c on the right, I have to put it on the left. And I'm going to go ahead and line up the c's underneath each other. 8c minus 4c would be 4c's. And then I bring down the rest of the problem, the plus 5, the equal sign, and then this part, don't forget, it's negative 11. Don't forget that negative sign. Now let's go about getting this 4c all alone. So to do that, I'm going to have to subtract 5 from both sides. 5 and negative 5 cancel. I bring my 4c down again. Please rewrite that on my new line. And negative 11 minus 5 is negative 16. Finally, to undo this 4 and c that are being times, I divide, and I'm going to divide by 4. These give me 1c, or c, and negative 16 divided by 4 would be negative 4. So that's the basic idea of how we solve equations with variables on both sides. Let's look at some other examples that might be just a little bit different. Okay, I want to skip number 3 and I want to focus on problem number 4, just because it has a few more negative signs that might pose a little bit more difficulty. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to draw my line. And I've been having you move the variables to the left. You could certainly move them to the right if you'd like, but let's keep moving variables to the left for now. So I want to get rid of this one over here and move everything over to the left side of my equation. So I'm going to add a 17p to both sides. The p's on the right cancel. That's what I wanted to happen. I have a negative 5 left over. On the right, now let's be a little careful here. I have to bring my 19 down. And then negative 13p plus 17p will be a positive 4p. Now I have an equation that I'm used to. I want to get this 4p all alone. So to get rid of 19, I'll subtract 19 from both sides. The 19s now cancel each other out, and be careful that you've subtracted 19 from both sides. I have 4p left, and negative 5 minus 19 is negative 24. And my final step will be to divide by 4 because these were times, so I divide. This gives me 1p equals, and then negative 6. All right, let's look at some that get a little bit harder. Looking at number 5, any thoughts on where we could start on that problem? What makes this problem seem even harder than the previous one? If you said that we need to get rid of the parentheses, because the parentheses make it look different, then you're correct. We can't have those parentheses in the problem if we're going to try to be moving terms from one side to the other and trying to get the a by itself. So the first thing that you always want to do when you see parentheses is you want to distribute to try to get rid of those parentheses. So when we distribute on the right-hand side, you will get 6a plus 24. Don't forget to take the 6 times each thing inside the parentheses. And I'm just going to bring down this 9a on my left side. Now what I need to do is get all of my variables on one side. I have a's on the left and a's on the right. So if I want to move all of my variables over here to the left side, then I have to get rid of this 6a. So I'm going to subtract 6a, or put a negative 6a underneath there. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. These are now gone. 9a minus 6a is 3a, and then I have 24 left on the right. My final step is to divide by 3. This gives me 1a, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. Let's look at this number 6. It's even more complicated because I have a couple terms on my left side. But that's okay, we're going to stick to our same process. We're going to draw our line. If we see parentheses, we're going to distribute first. So on the right side of the equation, I would get 2h plus 2. On the left side, I'm just going to recopy everything. Okay, now I see I've got variables on each side. I've got variables here on the left, or the right, and here on the left. I have to move them all to the same side. Now, it doesn't matter which side you move them to. It's either numbers to the right and variables to the left, or vice versa. It's up to you. You'll do all the same work either way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 2h to get all of my variables on the left side so that these cancel out, and I'll have 3h minus 7 equals 2. Now what I want to do is get this 3h all alone, so I'm going to add 7 to both sides. These 7's cancel out, and I have 3h equals 9. And finally, remember, these are multiplied, so we do the opposite, which is divide. I divide by 3, and I get h equals 3. Okay, now that I've showed you those few problems, I'd like for you to try the problems in your foldable, these numbers 5 and number 6, where it talks about variables on both sides. Give these two problems a try, hit pause, and then hit play when you are ready. All right, let's see how you did. Let's check your work. If you moved all your variables to the left, you would have subtracted 3x from both sides. Then these would have canceled each other out. Then you have 2x minus 2 equals 4. Then what you want to do is you want to get the 2x all alone. So you should have added 2 to both sides and get 2x equals 6. You divide by 2, you get x equals 3. How'd you do? Hopefully you did okay. Let's look at my next one. My next problem, we had to distribute first. So you saw the parentheses and you should have taken 2 times y and 2 times 6. That would give you 2y plus 12, and then just bring down the equals 3y. Now at this point, you have two options. You could move your variables to the left, and you could have subtracted 3y from both sides, but notice that would kind of cancel everything out. So what I did is move my variables to the right, and I subtracted 2y from both sides. Then these cancel, and that leaves me with 12 equals 1y, or y, and I'm done. That's my answer. Now if you did it the other way, I'll write my work off to the side here. You would have had, let's see, 2y plus 12 equals 3y. If you moved your variables to the left, what you would have done is subtract 3y. These are gone, but remember, it gives you 0. You can't just leave the side of an equation blank. You got to at least put a 0 down. And this would have given you a negative y. Now what you would have had to do is subtract 12 from both sides. These cancel, and you have negative y equals negative 12. And remember, we talked about this was even on your last quiz. There's a negative 1 there. Divide by negative 1, and you get y equals 12. So a lot more work if you moved your variables to the left and your numbers to the right. Sometimes that's not always the best solution. Okay, there are 2 more examples that I'd like for you to try in your foldable. Will you please try these next 2 problems? Hit pause and hit play when you are ready. Alright, let's check your work and see how you did. Hopefully you drew your line and you distributed the 3 times each thing in parentheses. We can't do anything until we get rid of the parentheses in these problems. So after you do that, you'd have 2k minus 5 equals 3 minus 6k. Then if you want to move your variables to the left, that would work out quite nicely if you added 6k to both sides. What happens then is these cancel out. You'd have 8k minus 5 equals 3. Then you're going to add 5 to both sides, and these will cancel. That'll give you 8k equals 8. Divide by 8, and you'll get k equals 1. The next problem was definitely the most complicated one we've had yet. Not only do you have parentheses that you're going to have to distribute, but that left side of the equation, it has some like terms that you could have combined. There's a negative 5b and a positive 2b that you could combine. So if you combine them, you'd have a negative 14 minus 3b. And when you distribute this part, whoops, chose the wrong tool here. This part right here, you would bring this negative 2 down and take negative 2 times 1 and negative 2 times negative b. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, and negative 2 times negative b is positive 2b. Then you have like terms to combine. Here on the right side you have the numbers, negative 2 minus 2. That gives you the negative 4. Sorry. Right here. Whew, that was a lot of work just to sketch through the combining like terms and the distributing. Now what you need to do is move all of your variables to one side. So you have an option. You could subtract 2b and cancel the b's out here on the right side. Or you could add 3b and that would move the variables from the left side to the right. Sometimes teachers like you just to move it to the side that will keep the variable positive. It doesn't really matter. You'll get the same answer either way. So let's say I add 3b. That would keep my variables positive. These would cancel each other out. I'd have negative 14 equals negative 4 plus 5b. Then I want to get this 5b all alone, so I would add 4 to both sides, and I would get negative 10 equals 5b, divide by 5, and my answer would be b equals negative 2. That was a very tricky problem. It involved everything that we've learned so far in this unit. Let's give a little summary of what we've discovered so far. So if you want to write some notes in your pink foldable off to the side, you can. The number 1 step that you want to do is you want to distribute. If you see parentheses, you need to get rid of them by distributing. So remember, that'll look like this, like if you have parentheses, taking a number in front of parentheses and times it by everything that's inside of there. After you do that, you always want to check, are there any like terms to combine? So first you distribute and then you combine like terms on each side of the equation. Combine numbers with numbers and variables with variables. Then, if you do have variables on both sides of the equation, you want to collect the variables on one side. It doesn't matter if you move them to the left or to the right, you'll get the same answer either way. And then collect the constants, or the plain numbers, on the other side. After that, you'll be able to solve the equation. So that is a summary of how to solve multi-step equations where you have variables on both sides of the equation.